Stronger, come what may. Do you ever long for true love from me?
Every day I'm a getting closer than a roller coaster. Love like yours will come my way. A hey, hey. Love like yours will surely come my way. Wow. That was beautiful. Guys, listen, it's 1 a.m.
It's been a hot minute. This is Peyton.
And Grace.
And this is Girl Talk.
Girl Talk. Let's go. Oh.
I'm warmed up. She had me sing Phantom of the Opera.
We sang the high note in the
I kind of got it.
Peyton got it. I was not there. I sang the low note. I sang the Phantom's low note. We're like put us together and we're like a full vocal range.
That's pretty amazing.
I think he's tenor though, so like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna like flex that I can sing a low tenor note.
Don't, especially not in front of Jeff.
I'm so sorry, Jeff, if you're listening. Hi, Francesca. I know you're listening. And anyone else? Hello, everybody. Thank you for turning back in.
Thank you for turning back in. It's
Thank
Girl
you
Talk
for turning
time.
back in.
I
It's
am
Girl
from
Talk.
Tennessee, so we're doing accents. This is my accent.
Peyton's from Tennessee.
I'm from Tennessee. I have a bit of a southern accent. I do say
And-
y'all. I do say y'all with a deep southern Tennessee accent. But I also say Chicago with a lot of A's in it. And people make fun of me for that because that's where I was actually raised.
I am not from Tennessee, so I apologize profusely. The viewpoints expressed in this show do not necessarily reflect those of WBUR management or Bowdoin College. We encourage listeners to think for themselves. If you would like to reach WBUR management with a comment, question, or suggestion, please visit us online at wbur.org. And this is WBUR Brunswick 91.1 FM. We have to get a soundboard someday.
We need a soundboard. We also might record these like differently. Who knows what we're doing? But
We don't know.
now. We're in the right now. And the right now means that we're going to be talking about queerbaiting and queer fate.
And queer representation in media.
In media, specifically shows that we have seen. The reason we started off with that song is because I just finished
Literally an hour ago. Check my story for the pics.
Good Omens Season 2. And I was crying.
Sobbing.
Really, in public.
At Super Snacks.
At Super Snacks.
Yes.
Here at Bowdoin College.
Bowdoin.
So I was sobbing because I was heartbroken. And by the way, this whole episode is going to be spoilers for the following shows. BBC Sherlock, She-Ra, Voltron Legendary Defender, Hazbin Hotel, Hamilton, and Good Omens.
She-Ra, and that is the modern She-Ra, not the 80s She-Ra. No. Also a very entertaining show. A lot less gay, other than Bo, but Bo dates She-Ra in that one.
Wow.
But he wears this cute little crop top.
Ooh.
He's kind of flamboyant. I don't know. And I'm sorry if I sound icky. The reason we haven't been doing Girl Talk shows is because I was sick with whatever the fuck was on campus. Whatever the heck was on campus. Sorry.
And I had like a chem. I did a quiz.
Peyton was on the grind.
I should be on the grind right now, but like, it's okay.
That's okay.
Who cares? Everything's fine.
We're here, and that's all that matters, guys.
We're here.
Or gals.
So let's get this started.
Others.
The whole thing we're going to be centralizing on is the fact that a lot of times in media, shows portray main characters of the same sex, and they portray them in such a way that makes it so if one of them had been the opposite sex, it would have been a no-brainer that they would be a couple. But because they happen to be the same sex, a show does not go forward with it. However,
sometimes they go forward.
That do, and that appease to their audience.
A lot of modern shows.
Modern shows have been doing it.
But also a lot of modern shows have been queerbaiting recently.
Yes.
I thought Good Omens was going to queerbait me till season 2.
Yeah, well, they did
the opposite of that, and then they just took us back to homophobia. I mean, I think that not letting them... We're getting ahead of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll talk about Good Omens later. That's the finale because I just dramatically got over it. What we're starting off with is Sherlock, BBC, which is something Grace and I both love dearly.
See, I didn't love it till my parents watched it when I was younger, and so I'd like walk into the living room and it would be on. I'd be like, "Ew, why is the man with the big cheekbones like looking at the short man?"
Don't say that about
Benedict. Listen, I was like 10, but like.
But yes, this is the one with Benedict Cumberbatch playing Sherlock and John Freeman playing No, Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
John is his name in the show.
John is his name.
John Watson.
Martin Freeman is John Watson.
Yes.
The beloved Arthur Conan Doyle characters from the late Victorian era.
In this show, it is the usual Sherlock Watson story, except more modern.
And
Sherlock solves
has some
crimes.
gay undertones.
And it has a lot
overtones.
of gay under and over and middle tones. It just has tones of gay between these two characters.
And Jim Moriarty.
Yeah.
I think he's gay. Gay for Sherlock.
Moriarty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Easily. I thought he was just like obsessed with him.
I also just I love his actor.
I love his accent.
Oh, his accent? I might... Don't get me started. You don't.
Perhaps we should not get started then.
Because...
I see a look in your eyes I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, that accent.
Whoa.
Oh, that accent.
It's a very nice accent.
If you need a reason to watch Sherlock more than the fact that it is just an amazing show besides the queer baiting, Moriarty's accent is an Irish.
He's short.
He's a short kingish, but he's Irish. Oh, he's Irish. He's Irish, and it's beautiful in every way.
Love.
But so they find each other. John Watson, he was in like war. He has they think he has PTSD, but really he misses the excitement. So that's why he's perfect for Sherlock. And then he's the only person who understands Sherlock. Sherlock understands Sherlock. The only person Sherlock understands is John.
Mm.
And throughout the whole show, they just have these moments. And then I really thought when spoilers again, guys, they kill off John's wife. And I thought after that, for sure. I thought after that, for sure.
Kiss.
They would do
now
something.
Kiss.
But just so many things that happen between.
I haven't seen the show in a while, so I can't think of anything specific.
Either. But you know who does know?
Google.
So, gay moments.
We are a professional show.
And Sherlock, BBC. Well, we're just using our resources.
Oh, I've seen that. Have you seen the Are They Gay?
Yes.
Guys, I love the Are They Gay
European.
YouTube. They have very many very good video essays.
I do think it is a lot of what Sherlock does more implies of his liking for John.
And then John is just he can't function without when Sherlock, spoiler alert, when Sherlock quote unquote died,
commits suicide, he doesn't. Whole elaborate thing.
When he Reichenbach falls off that building.
When he Reichenbach falls off that building.
But
Reichenbach did not actually.
He Reichen came back.
Came back.
There's a joke there that can be made. But also he never. I mean, what's her face? The girl that he kind of low-key flirts with, who the I am Sherlocked.
Oh, the lady.
What's her name? But then she's also kind of queer-coded at the same time.
She is queer-coded. She does like women.
Girl boss.
And she makes jokes about it. So I think one thing that just came up is the fact that they make jokes about it in the show. Which I feel is not allowed.
Gayness.
That is not allowed if you're not going to go through with it.
Yeah, and then they make. Remember when Jim Moriarty pretends to be a gay man dating Molly, but closeted, and she doesn't know he's gay. And then Sherlock just looks at him and he goes gay, and he turns around and walks out. And then Molly's like, "Oh my God, Sherlock, why would you say that?" And then Sherlock's like, well, he's wearing it was a very stereotypical kind of call out. It was his nails are done, he's wearing pink or something like that. It was very stereotypical. But then they didn't go through with Sherlock and or John being gay because it would have been funny if Sherlock had just been like, "Oh yeah, it's just my gaydar, it's just my gaydar," because it's Jim friggin' Moriarty. So sorry, folks.
This quote, there's Mrs. Hudson, which is the landlady. They're moving in. There's another room upstairs if you'll be needing 2 rooms. Of course we'll be needing 2. Oh, don't worry. Mrs. Turner next door has got married once. So she's referring to them being
gay,
homosexual.
I think she thinks they're gay throughout the entire.
Oh, she does. Throughout the entire show, Mrs. Hudson ships it.
Shout out the rest to Mrs. Hudson.
Who also ships it.
And everyone that they interact with outside of
everyone
I feel
that they
a
interact
lot of people in the show is oh, gay.
Gay, yeah.
And then they're not. And then John gets married and has a kid. And then Sherlock,
which is
when he comes back, is low-key bonding with the kid.
Yeah.
And it feels gay.
There's just one shot where Sherlock is picking up the kid, and this is after Mary, John's wife's death, and like they look like a happy freaking family.
They look like a family.
And it's just upsetting because like the show's over. It's not. I don't think they're gonna be making any new seasons.
No, it's been what 10 years?
It's been a long time.
More than that.
But
2014. Was it 2014?
They're not gonna bring it back.
That's what AO3 is for, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So that is queerbaiting, and while we don't approve of that, we do still love Sherlock BBC.
We don't like Stephen Moffat.
Why not? Oh, yeah.
For doing that to us.
You're right. Second, I was like, why don't we like Mycroft?
Oh, we love Mycroft.
We love Mycroft.
Mycroft also, doesn't he make gay, like, doesn't he also think they're gay together?
Yeah. Everyone does. Which is just
Everyone
like not
thinks
fair.
They're gay.
If you're gonna make that joke,
Make
go
them
through
gay.
with it.
Cowards.
And I don't know. It's fine. They can do
Yeah.
as they please. The show's over. That's what fan fiction is for, as you said. We will all pretend in our minds that they are
Married in the countryside
in
with
the countryside,
John's
solving
child.
murders.
I imagine like an almost like a what's the Miss Marple? I imagine if Miss Marple wasn't single, like I imagine old Sherlock just Miss Marpling it up like in a little countryside town.
Yeah.
With his husband John and their child. I forget the child's name.
Rose.
That's my sister's name.
Rose? Short for
Oh.
Rosemary, I think.
You're right. Yeah. Yep.
Maybe. Or I'm being silly. I don't
I
actually
don't
know.
think you're being silly.
But that's queerbaiting.
Queerbaiting.
And it's saddening. But, and I think, just so there are two, I guess the next three are animated shows.
I haven't
So-
seen Voltron.
You haven't seen Voltron?
No, it's on my TBW. I don't know, to be watched. I don't know what you'd call that.
Can
I
I
have a-
spoil it?
Yeah, I don't know.
But the next one is She-Ra,
I love She-Ra.
which we've both seen, which is a
I
queer
watched it when it
fate.
first, like, I was on Netflix.
Queer winning.
And I was raised on the 80s She-Ra.
Yeah.
And I was just on Netflix. When did it first come out? 2020? Was it, like, during COVID?
I have no
2019? I think it's
idea.
2019. And I was, like,
idea.
stuck inside during COVID. And I started watching it in, like, 2020. And that was
It's a
before,
really good
like,
show.
before Katra got the slay-ass bomb at.
Yeah.
The slay.
So, for people who aren't familiar with She-Ra, would you like to explain the premise?
I would love to explain the premise. So we follow this blonde girl, Adora, who is a soldier in the Horde, which are like this evil army. But like we don't think she doesn't. Sorry, I'm dying. She doesn't think they're evil to begin with, and she lives with them with Katra, Lonnie, Rogelio, Kyle.
You're pulling out the names.
Yeah.
I don't remember those.
I'm a big She-Ra fan,
Good.
and
good.
Shadow Weaver's like her mom, but she's also like evil. And Adora gets promoted to force captain, and then she steals a skiff with Katra, who's like bummed because she's like, "Oh, Adora, you're gonna be leaving me." And so then they steal a skiff, and Adora goes and hits her head,
Which is like a little
like a
motorbike,
a
space
speeder.
motorbike.
Yeah, like in Star Wars, like Luke's speeder, and Adora goes and hits her head, and she sees a sword, and then she touches the sword, and there's like this light lady, and she's like, "You must fulfill your destiny."
All about destiny, all the time.
It's all about destiny. And short story, long story short,
Short story long.
Adora becomes a magical princess lady named She-Ra, and she goes and lives with the gays in the forest at
The other
at Bright Moon.
princesses who are to the Horde. The princesses are
The
evil.
princesses are evil. We hate the I mean, they hate the. I don't hate the princesses. They're all gay. I
they're
love
good.
them.
She-Ra is.
The gayest show I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so Adora is She-Ra. She is like a magical being where like she's normal, but she can transform into a princess, and she like grows like 2 feet taller, and like
And her hair gets longer
and her
and
hair gets
blonder.
longer. Her muscles get larger.
She just gets a lot bigger.
She just gets bigger in general, and she becomes very
and she
powerful.
has a sword.
And then she like levels up halfway through. And there's a whole lot of lore behind the planet she came from and how the Horde works. And a
Yeah,
whole lot
well-
of things happen with that.
And then it's crazy. I hope that they follow up. I know they're following up maybe with a movie, because in the animated She-Ra from the 80s, He-Man is her brother, and he accidentally travels through the portal to Etheria from Eternia. And he's the prince of the whole world there, with his Randor and Marlena are his parents. I'm really into the She-Ra He-Man lore. And he's like She-Ra, but a man, and he's shirtless, and he's
I
got
couldn't deal with
big
that.
boobies.
The lore of She-Ra is already too convoluted for me.
It's crazy.
It gets really, and the thing is, I was spoiled for the gayness.
No.
So
I watched it when it came out.
It was excruciating to
crazy.
watch because it's like every episode I would be like, all right, when's it gonna happen? I'm waiting for them to stop fighting. So just so you know, like after She-Ra, Adora / whatever, leaves the Horde and joins the princesses, Catra did not join her and feels very betrayed. And then they're like enemies this whole time, and then eventually
with sexual tension, enemies with sexual tension, who are raised together from children. It's
at the very,
don't think about it deeply.
Yeah, you can't think about it too hard, but at the very like few last episodes, they finally kiss, and like Catra becomes
and it's
good,
beautiful.
quote unquote.
It's so good.
But like if you watch the show knowing this, like again, I told you there'd be spoilers. You're not surprised. But going into the show, like if you haven't seen it and you're watching this anyway, and knowing that it happens at some point, it is painful to see them fight for what is it, like 3 seasons?
4.
So like 3.
But I watched it as it came out. Like
fighting.
I had to wait in between these seasons.
I like binged it, but like not really because I didn't have that much time on my hands. But like it's just every episode I was like, when is this pain gonna stop? Let them be gay already. But the thing, and I thought maybe I'd been lied to, and it was gonna be queerbaiting.
No, I thought that it was queerbaiting all the way through because I didn't have the future knowledge of knowing they would kiss eventually, and like,
but they did.
It was great. It was it's so well written. The show for a quote children's show.
Yeah, but it's like one of those children's shows
insanely
where
well written.
The themes are obviously also some of them too much for a young mind, so that it is a complicated enough show to where someone older can watch it, and we're
like
nerds.
I cried. I don't know if it's because it was gay, and I'm like, I'm gay, and I also have abandonment issues, and I want to be
I'm not
strong all the
even
time.
really gay. We don't know what I am.
That's okay.
We have a whole joke of people just assume I'm gay, and I do like men. I would maybe date a woman. I don't know. It's unimportant to me.
And sexuality is fluid. I mean, I'm also going through some questioning things. I mean, I know I like women. That's it. Anyways, I digress.
She-Ra.
But
eventually they do kiss.
They
kiss,
kill the big bad guy with their love.
Bad guy. Everyone's happy. Rainbow sparkles everywhere.
Literally rainbow sparkles
everywhere. They're princesses and they're shooting like rainbow
And they
powers.
turn the big alien spaceships into trees with their love.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's a wild ride.
It's really wild.
But
it's worth it.
It's so
when
worth
you get
it.
to that ending, it is so satisfactory.
It's the most satisfying show I think I've watched. And then I skip the filler episodes when I binge it.
Yeah.
I know the filler episodes. I know to skip them.
It's the same thing with Voltron. I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I watched Blue Eye Samurai recently. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's also on Netflix. It's like really rated R. It's like but it's good. She dresses up as a man. Everyone thinks she's a man, and she's like hot and kind of gay.
Hot and kind of gay.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to insinuate that there's a man that is in love with her, but I want her to get with the princess. And she's a samurai, and she's oh my god, she's like.
So is this like a?
But she's
Mulan?
also like gender. Yeah, but it's also like the gender aspect, and then the sexual aspect too. It's really interesting. It kind of reminds me of She-Ra. Like there's so many filler episodes in She-Ra.
Yeah. There is a lot of filler because you do just get so much of like other characters like side like stories. You get a lot.
You get all of the lore.
Everyone
the world building is crazy.
It is, which is why it's just such an excruciating watch first time around. Because you can't go skipping.
You don't know when the skipping, and you can't because there's even like good stuff within.
Yeah, there is good stuff in the fillers. But like if you're watching it for the purpose of getting that feeling again, that pure satisfaction at the end. But yes, it is a show to be patient with, but like it's worth it.
So and the art is really pretty. It's like simple but pretty, and it's
very
aesthetically
simple.
pleasing.
I'm a fan of animated stuff.
I think it's good. I think it offers like a wider variety than what you could do with live action. Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot more you can do with it. There's a lot that becomes possible, I think.
And I feel like it's a lot of people diss animated things because it's like, oh, it's children's. A lot of time it's not children. Blue Eye Samurai, I would not let a child watch that. It's literally rated R, I think.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I think
and also like even if it is childish, I'm wearing a Lotso hoodie right now. I'm childish. Yeah. I'm wearing a Toy Story hoodie.
Yep.
I'm 5 years old.
I was scared of that character. I was scared of Lotso from Toy Story when I was younger.
I relate to him.
Have you been strapped on the front of a truck and driven around?
You don't know that. You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through.
Maybe I won't ask.
I've not been strapped to a truck, but
Not
I relate
yet.
to his abandonment.
Not yet.
Haven't been strapped to a truck and driven yet. Hope not. That sounds awful.
But we digress again. We're doing a lot of digressing.
That's what we do.
But
That's just what we
She-Ra,
do.
really gay. Like I think everyone is gay. Like, oh my god,
Everyone's a little gay in that show.
Everyone. I think there's
You
not
get mommy
one-
issues, daddy issues.
all of the issues.
You get
Depression issues,
depression,
abandonment
anxiety.
issues. I think that Entrapped is like neurodivergent coded.
Yeah.
She is neurodivergent coded.
Yeah.
Is there any trans characters? I feel like
I
there
don't
should be.
know.
I don't know. I feel like
There
I'm just trying to say that
probably
they address
is.
everything.
They pretty much do.
Just assume that they
it's
do.
a very all inclusive, and it's I just think
I
it's
love
so worth it.
Seahawk.
Yes.
I love Seahawk. I loved
Uh,
Pirates when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I love Seahawk. He was in the original too, and I think he dated She-Ra for a
Really?
while.
Oh,
I remember her dating Bo though. Bo and She-Hawk.
She-Hulk.
She-Hawk.
She-Hulk. But he gets the mermaid one.
Have you seen
She-Ra.
Catcher from the original?
Yes,
Have you seen Scorpia in the original?
I think so.
It's so bad. They're all of the lady characters are just like the same base.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah,
different
because the whole thing
colours.
with Scorpia is that she's kind of in love with Catra.
Yeah, and then she accepts that they
That they've been in
don't
love.
have a chance and that
Yeah.
Catra was using her.
Yeah.
And then she falls in love with Perfuma.
Yeah.
It's never like addressed, but it's like it's
Pretty. It's there.
everyone kind of got it. The thing about it being, I mean, everyone kind of got their little romantic partners at the
Yeah.
end.
Everyone. That's what the thing about the show is that like everyone gets their happy ending. I'm pretty sure. Pretty much, almost.
Oh, King Micah comes back and friggin' what's her face is dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like we never saw her body.
Yeah.
So is she dead?
Who knows?
She could still be in like that little portal place.
Yeah.
That's what I do with a lot of shows. I'm like, oh, if I didn't see them explicitly die, they're not dead.
Exactly. They'll come back.
They'll come
That's
back.
what, again. That is what fan fiction is
That
for.
is exactly what fanfic is for,
Which brings me to the next show.
which I
Which,
haven't seen. So
in
I'll,
my
I'll
past,
sit back.
I read a lot of fan fiction for Voltron.
Oh.
So this show, I've been wanting to watch it again recently.
I support you.
It is again an animated, supposed children's show, but again has some themes that are maybe more adult. Basically, these kids, young adults, are going to this space school, and Keith and Lance are kind of the main character. It's kind of Keith. He has this like older brother figure in his life because his parents are dead or whatever. Who has been lost in space for years, along with the other characters, Pidge, her dad, and brother. So they all got lost in space a while ago, cut off communications. No one knows what happened to them. It turns out they were captured by aliens. Oh my god, what's his name? I'm blinking.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to look it up while I'm talking. But that older brother character for Keith lands back on Earth. And Keith rescues him from, like, the garrison people who are, like, trying to, like, pin him down and be like, oh, we need to check you out. You were with aliens. You need to not, like, come into contact with people. And so Lance, Hunk, Pidge, and Keith end up like rescuing him, and then they find the Blue Lion, which sends them like hyperspeed into space.
Ew.
And then they come to Allura, who's a princess of some alien planet, and her planet was destroyed by the Galra. The Galra is trying to take over the whole entire galaxy. And I'm giving so much lore for this
I
show.
know, I'm lost.
Basically, though, they're space fighters trying to fight. They're rebellion space fighters against the Galra, and the
So
characters.
it's giving She-Ra.
It's giving She-Ra, but the characters Keith and Lance
Are
are.
they gay?
so gay undertoned. They're frenemies.
Are they explicitly gay?
It should have been enemies to lovers.
So it's queerbait.
It's so queerbait.
Oh.
It's hard queerbait. So like
I was expecting like a canon thing here.
no.
Oh.
I wish that what they did. I think. No, I know it happened because I watched the show. But what I think its purpose was at the end they made Shiro. I finally remember his name.
Shiro,
the older brother character, him gay.
Oh.
They made him gay. So I think like make
Cheap.
up for it because they wanted Lance to be with Princess Allura. Even though there was there was no real anything, like all these people, he was a total flirt is the thing. And he flirted with like every woman he came across. But the thing was he used the same lines on Keith too.
Wow, so it is like, I think that's pretty explicitly gay.
But like no, because he kissed Allura, became part of her race somehow. Princess Allura dies.
He became part of her race?
It was weird. He became like Altean. He got like the marks of like her alien race after like kissing her or something. And then she dies. And I was thinking at that point, again, this is me thinking like the character, the female character.
It's giving Sherlock.
It's giving Sherlock dies. And so you're like, oh, they'll make it Keith and Lance. They'll make Clance happen. They'll make Clance happen, and they don't. They don't.
Damn.
And it's like Keith, he gets to be alone for the rest of his life. He finds his mom. Turns out she's not dead. He's just gonna fight for the rest of his life. No, give him love. Give him happiness.
Damn.
Lance is alone too because his girlfriend died. Who they didn't even have real good
These
story.
men need to seek comfort within each other.
I know. Like there wasn't a good like story of the love of Allura and Lance. But if they did the enemies to lovers with Lance and Keith, it would have been delicious.
That's upsetting.
I know.
You know what sorry, I'm so sorry. I just remembered the dancing scene in She-Ra at the princess prom.
Oh.
Sorry, when you said enemies to lovers, my brain went, huh.
That's hot.
It was hot,
It was so hot. When she dips her. Watch She-Ra. That's all I have to say. If you want to know
where
the
can
hotness,
I find a woman to dip me like that? I'm also very tall and slightly heavy, so like I need me as
You're not.
You see, but I'm a tall, and so like proportionally.
If it was a shorter woman.
Proportionally, the it's not there, but like at Ebony Ball, if anyone wants to dip me, I'll be there.
Someone wants to dip Grace.
I want to be dipped.
She wanna be
that's on
dipped.
my bucket list.
Salsa.
I can't dance for shit. I can't dance at all, though. I'm so sorry.
Grace has a potty mouth today. She can't control it.
WBOR, don't come for me.
Just all is forgiven, baby.
The viewpoints expressed in this show do not necessarily reflect. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks. Okay. But anyway, Voltron just made me so angry. Like, I still cried when Allura died. Hello? She tried to eat the mic.
She's lying. You can't see anything.
I can see everything. But Voltron is very like, I just don't like the story of Lance and Allura. If it had been better, I probably would not have been as mad. Like, if they had built up a relationship between those two better, I would not be as mad. Because that's my thing. My thing is I'm just looking for...
So it's the same thing as Sherlock, because Sherlock dies and he comes back and suddenly John is wife.
Yeah.
And so is it like they just rush it?
It's kind of like that. It's kind of because Keith goes away too. Keith goes away.
This is just animated Sherlock.
This is just queer-baiting animated Sherlock. Wow. Oh boy, I never made this connection before. Because Keith goes away to fight on his own for a while and he comes back. And Lance and Allura
he did his own Reichenbach fall.
Yeah, he did his own Reichenbach fall, except everyone knew he was alive.
Damn.
Except they're all kind of mad at him because like everyone found out he was like half Galra. Weird stuff.
So like it's also racism.
Yeah, it's kind of
like quite actually like racism, like different alien races.
Yeah.
Oh.
Weird stuff. There's a lot of deeper things. Voltron is very long.
But they don't address the gay. That's
besides
homophobic.
At the very end when they're like, oops.
And his brother's gay.
His fake brother.
Fake brother?
I mean, it's not really his brother. It's his brother figure.
Oh. So it's like it's his brother. Yeah.
My favorite part of the show, though, is when, like, they all recorded messages to send home. Like, they're in space for, like, years.
Oh.
And these are all, like, young adults. And they haven't seen their family. They didn't get to tell anyone they were leaving because they just got in the Blue Line and it took them into light years away. And eventually the garrison, like, sends these videos out publicly. And for some reason, that's just, like, my favorite episodes because you see, like, all their families seeing their kids. Oh, my God, what did you do? Like, who have been missing for years.
Wait, that's
and
sad.
it's just I know.
It's kind of giving Buzz Lightyear, you know, when he keeps coming. Have you seen the movie?
I've not.
They're stuck on an alien planet, and he's trying to leave. Buzz Lightyear's trying to reach for the stars or whatever. He keeps leaving and coming back, but every time he comes back, everyone has aged.
Oh.
And the lesbian couple that lives across the hallway from him eventually dies. It's really sad. But then his daughter works for him. What?
Is he not aging?
No, because he's spending all his time in space, and so like it's time and space. Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
Oh, well, time and space passes quicker than on Earth. So, like, in Interstellar, he leaves his daughter when she's, like, a child.
Oh.
And he goes through, like, a black hole or whatever. I don't know. I said it a while ago.
They do that in Voltron.
Oh. Well,
it's a very long series.
Yeah. When he comes back, his daughter's, like, on her deathbed.
Oh.
And she was, like, 8 when he left her.
Yeah.
And then she, like, talks to her through a booklet. I don't know.
Weird stuff. Voltron has weird stuff too, just not as that. It's not as convoluted as that, I don't think, but it does get a little convoluted.
Interstellar's pretty good. I like the score.
I think also when I say things are convoluted, that might just be me. To me, anything with like more than one major plot line is too convoluted. I just get confused real quick. So ignore me saying something's convoluted. It might be true. It might just be me being
and that's okay.
Silly.
And that's okay.
It is okay. The point is, though, I would still recommend watching Voltron. I would recommend watching Voltron, but she's making faces. She's being silly. We're gonna take a short break really quick, and we get back. We're gonna be touching on Hazbin Hotel, a new series that has just come out
on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Hello. We are back.
That was Mark Twain. Yes. Thanks, Mark Twain, for writing racist stuff. Did he write?
Don't ask me.
He wrote Tom Sawyer. Don't quote me on this, please.
Don't quote. We're definitely knowledgeable people. Grace is gonna.
I took AP Lit.
So did I.
Whoa. And I don't remember.
Means nothing.
I don't remember. We didn't read Mark Twain.
I don't think we read Mark Twain.
I read some really good books in that class.
We read plays mostly.
I read the Frederick Backman book.
We read Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, Hamlet. This is probably AP Lit and AP Lang, though. I'm combining them. The Crucible, Death of a Salesman.
I read that in my 11th grade English teacher.
Yeah. Anyway.
We digress.
Hazbin Hotel. By the creator, what is it?
Vivzie Pop.
Vivzie Pop. Her original creation was Hell of a Boss.
Very funny. Has Brendan Rodgers.
Which I love Brendan Rodgers more than...
Somewhat problematic to some.
He's kind of problematic.
He's got that 2010s humor.
Yeah.
But in a good way. He's the move, I'm gay.
Yeah. Or the I don't want this anymore. He does a lot. I loved his bits growing up, which is a showing of my unrestricted internet access of that stuff was mature for little Peyton to be watching. His humor is mature. But he's a voice actor of the main character in it. But years ago,
well, we could even talk about Hell of a Boss because I think that's a pretty
yeah. They have a lot of gayness. I mean, he's gay.
And so the shows we've been talking about haven't been age-restricted shows.
This
Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel are Hell of a Boss more than Hazbin Hotel because Hell of a Boss is a YouTube series.
Yes.
And Hazbin Hotel is a series on Amazon.
But so originally, years and years ago, Vivzie Pop came out with the Hazbin Hotel first episode.
The pilot, yeah.
On YouTube.
And it popped off.
It blew up. Nothing came of it. She started doing Hell of a Boss. That has 3 seasons? Or 2?
I don't know.
It's 2 or 3 seasons, a few episodes Each are like 40 minutes long. It's so entertaining.
Really high quality for a YouTube series.
High quality.
Like insane. I was so surprised.
Insane.
I was like, should I like? Is this pirated?
Like, do I need to pay for this?
Like, where do I sign?
It's very nice. Very good quality. It's so funny. I have my mom watching
I have
it,
laughed out.
and she loves it.
Yeah.
So, it's funny. It is good. And the main character, like I said, is voiced by Brandon Rogers, who is a gay man, and his character is bi, or maybe pan.
Who knows?
It's not disclosed, but he does have sexual relations with really anyone.
And you know what? He's a queer guy.
He's a queer guy,
and it all takes place in hell.
Yes, this is hell.
They're all sinners.
They're not sinners. They're
imps.
They're imps. They're
there
demons.
are sinners.
There are sinners, which is more focused on in Hazbin Hotel.
Yes.
In Hell of a Boss, it's more focused on demons. Demons that are hell-born.
Yes.
His love interest, though, kind of is Stolas.
I love Stolas.
We love Stolas. He's a big
Stolas.
owl man whose wife called him a twink and hated him.
His wife we don't love.
We hate
love
wife.
him.
We love him. His voices.
His singing voice.
I go to sleep to 1 hour versions of his lullaby. I'm not kidding.
Iconic.
I am not kidding.
I have a potty mouth. I'm sorry.
I have fallen asleep multiple times.
And that's iconic, as you should. His voice is beautiful.
It is so calming.
I need to hear.
And he's
like,
just
can
so
the voice
gay.
actor just cover a bunch? Yes, he is.
Stolas
it's
is
like,
gay, purely gay.
And it's like I love the representation in the show because it's like explicit that he is gay.
Explicit that he's gay and struggling with it.
Yeah,
because he had an arranged marriage and he hated every second of it.
And his father was abusive.
And then he finds this connection with
Blitz.
With Blitz. He doesn't go by Blitz O anymore. The O is silent. And Blitz thinks he's just being used, but Stolas like really cares about him. And it's like a whole thing that is just beautiful.
It's stunning.
And it's stunning, and it's...
Don't get me started on Asmodeus and Fizzarolli's relationship. I think they are the cutest.
Ozzy and Fizzarolli. It's more gay representation, and it is beautiful, and
stunning.
It is...
And the songs... All of the original songs.
All of the songs, they give Broadway. They give Broadway, and I love it.
Like the quality of the show.
It's amazing.
And it's free.
Free 99.
Free Shavakadu.
Free Shavakadu. So it is a musical-esque show. There are songs, and then my other
musical trigger warning for those who hate musicals.
Is then the two people who work for Blitz are
Moxie and the girl.
Moxie and his wife.
Moxie and...
we're gonna Google this really quick.
I love Moxie though. He's
talk about
so
them.
cute. Moxie and his wife are a very cute, wholesome straight couple.
Millie.
I knew it was an M.
Moxie and Millie.
I said Molly.
They're a very cute straight couple. However, Blitz is known to be bisexual.
And he flirts with both of them.
He flirts... What?
Yeah, right?
Moxie.
Oh, I thought it was both of them. I guess I'm wrong.
Both
he has at one point.
Flirted with Blitz?
No, Blitz flirted with both of them at one point.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Moxie is also bisexual, and does get pegged by Millie.
Whoa. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that?
I
mean, it's not shown, but it is.
It's not shown, but it is said. It is confirmed.
And so it's like everyone's
in my
very
favorite
comfortable
episode, actually,
in their sexuality.
In this show. And like in hell in general, I guess.
And I think that's awesome.
It is very awesome. So then after all of this came out, recently, within, what was it, like a couple months ago?
I thought it was this month.
That
Hazbin Hotel came out this month.
This month only?
Am I wrong?
Maybe I thought it was
last month, like January.
Last month,
it was
at the beginning of
January,
the
like
year.
first.
All of a sudden, this
Second?
series that we had heard nothing of for years,
I feel like
Disney
it came
Pop
out
was
of
like,
nowhere.
it's dropping on Amazon Prime,
and we were like, what?
and everyone freaked out, and it was, oh my god!
TikTok
and
is crazy.
so
right
like
now.
she dropped the first episode on YouTube, like a redo of the pilot with the new voice actors.
I love the new voice actors.
Talk about
Alistair.
yeah.
Alistair. I don't know that style of character. I always gravitate. Alistair. What's his name? Stolas. In any other show, the captain in BBC Sherlock. It's just like the old crusty man is what I...
The lankier the better, too.
The lankier the better. I gravitate towards the lanky old crusty men.
And Alistair has like a... Explain his voice.
And we'll unpack that in a different day. It's like an old-time radio, which is very fun because we're radio show hosts. He's a radio show.
Demon.
He is the radio demon. We are the radio
demons.
demons. Everyone sees us on the quad. They're like, "Oh my god, it's the Girls Talk Girls!" Like, keep your heads down. They have the 1 to 2 a.m. slot on Friday mornings, but no, he has like this old time radio like fuzziness. I don't even know, like crackly, fuzzy. It's very nice to listen
It
to.
is.
I think we should find out how to do that one day and just have, hey,
hi.
I think we should all do the transatlantic 1920s. I don't think either we're allowed to do that. I think we should do an episode where we travel back in time. And it's like ye old Bowden, but it's the 1920s.
Ye old Bowden, and we're males because it's an all-male
Yeah, we can
school.
give each other our we'll talk about this later because I think that'd be a very fun episode.
It would be fun. But...
Because these are the most chaotic hours.
It really is.
And I think that could get either really great or really bad. No in between.
With us,
Stay
no.
tuned for that, everyone.
Yes, but Alistair is also asexual.
Asexual. And we love that.
We love that. And the joke they make about it is, I know he's an ace in the hole. And he goes, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Exactly. That's how he says it. And like there are other jokes about it. And when Angel Dust flirts with him and he goes, ha! Not gonna happen. Angel Dust being a porn demon. But he sold his soul.
He sold his soul. And he's very it's a very interesting
freak. The premise. Explain the premise.
Well, he doesn't want to, I don't think. He
No.
deep down, obviously not. And he's like essayed. Oh.
And then we'll get into Angel Dust.
The show, so we follow Charlie Morningstar, who is Lucifer Morningstar's daughter.
Yeah.
I love Lucifer in the show. He's
amazing.
a king.
Hell's greatest dad.
Hell's greatest dad. And she wants, so every year the angels come down from heaven and they exterminate the sinners because there's too many of them.
Kill a bunch of them so they don't revolt.
So
it's led by Adam, of course.
Led by Adam, as in the Adam.
Sorry, that's
and
a
Eve.
take.
And he.
This is sacrilege, just in case
this
anyone.
Is so. Yeah, if you are
very religious and do not want, I'm
to
putting
hear
this out there out of like we're about to.
And then we're gonna hit Good Omens soon too.
Yeah, which is also a little sacrilege.
Yeah. I feel like Good Omens is pretty respectful.
It is.
Hazbin Hotel is not.
Hazbin Hotel is not. It's very. It's
and that's
sacrilege.
okay.
It is.
But
it's loud. Everyone's opinion.
Charlie and her girlfriend Vaggie are trying to create this hotel where sinners can come and redeem themselves so they can go to heaven. And Alistair is like their benefactor.
Yeah, he comes along. He's been gone for like 7 years or something.
Yeah.
And he shows up and he's like, I love this idea.
I want to help you with your hotel.
Although he obviously has ulterior motives.
Yeah, because he's evil.
And we find out later that he's actually on a leash too. That being, he has sold or made a deal with a higher demon. Someone. Something.
Not Lucifer.
I've heard a theory that it's Lilith.
Oh, and she's in heaven.
That was revealed at the end. That was a big drop for me.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, we spoiled everything.
Yeah. But that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
And Lilith is Charlie's mother. She was Lucifer's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And in the show, she came before Eve, and then she revolted, and God created Eve out of Adam's rib.
Ribbies. Yeah, ribs.
Yeah.
Rib. One rib.
I went to Sunday school.
Yeah.
I'm taking a religion course.
I just finished watching
Shout out
Omens.
to Professor Selick. I love my religion course with her. She's a queen, and she gave me fruit snacks. She gave us fruit snacks.
She gave us fruit snacks when we were...
We digress.
That was a situation.
But Hazbin Hotel, really good show.
Yeah. So she's all about, like, she wants to rehabilitate sinners so that the exterminators, the exorcists, don't have to come down and kill them anymore. Alistair comes along, blah, blah, blah. And then their first guest is Angel Dust.
And we love him.
Is the porn demon. He has, like, a hey, baby.
He's
like New
got
Yorker
like a New York.
voice,
I think
very
he's supposed to be a
high-pitched.
dead gangster or from a gangster family. I think someone said something. And he always has the 1930s machine gun.
And he has several arms. Sir what's his name?
Pentious.
Sir Pentious always calls him Spider.
Spider. I love Sir Pentious.
Spider. Sir Pentious, we're going to spoilers here. We find out that they can go to heaven.
And then, he went to heaven.
He went to heaven. I saw a TikTok where it showed blah blah blah, and then it was Sir Pentious in heaven. Where are my egg boys? My egg boys.
I saw where they turned the egg boys into little chick boys, and I was like,
he has little egg boys.
Oh, and we find out that heaven is also kind of like messed up.
Yes, which is a common
they keep
theme.
the other. It is a very common theme in like shows that are kind of about stuff like this.
Yes,
which is an interesting modern take on heaven and hell.
Of angels being very.
The same thing with Supernatural.
Yeah. Which is not queerbaiting because they are siblings.
No, they sip the angel and
oh,
one of the
that's queerbaiting.
And that's queerbaiting. Because they literally send him to super hell.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I can't like legitimately talk about it.
I can't either.
I've only ever seen like bits of it.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to the Castiel part, or how do you pronounce his name. But like I know of it.
Yeah, and the ship name's Destiel.
Yeah. But that's queerbaiting. I thought you were talking about the brothers, and I was like, that's
no, we do not do incest on this show.
We don't approve. But Hazbin Hotel, she's trying to convince, but Heaven doesn't listen. They come down to exterminate anyway, and they attack her hotel. Daddy Dearest helps her. Alistair almost gets killed.
I thought he was, and I was like, wait, but I didn't see his body.
Yeah, there are some other enemies, some little things, but the music.
We were blasting
fabulous.
It before this show. We blasted Hazbin Hotel, Heather's Hamilton, and the Phantom of the Opera.
And the Phantom of the Opera, like we said, where we hit
and then Phoebe Scott.
Yeah.
And I realized I didn't know that many lyrics. I thought I did.
Every day.
And Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
That's a Good Omens deep cut.
Yeah.
Not deep cut. That's a Good Omens reference. It's also Buddy Holly, so I guess it's good. Good Omens is referencing Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
And then
who knows?
Our Way was.
We were referencing a reference. Inception. It's fine.
But
the point is,
Hazbin Hotel, very explicit gay relationships.
Very explicit. We've spent so much time just talking about the show and not talking about the gayness. But it's very there. Like
Charlie
the main
and
Charlie and Vaggie are gay.
Asexual
Angel
Alistair.
Dust mostly he is
gay.
He's gay.
Him and Husk.
I don't think.
You don't think Husker Dust is going to happen?
Maybe.
Did you see them in like the last episode?
You're right.
Like, and the song they sang together?
Yeah, Loser Baby. I love Loser Baby.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
Maybe. I guess yes.
It's kind of
how
weird to me. Is there an age gap? I don't
think that counts in hell.
I guess it doesn't.
Husker, who by the way, his voice is the voice of the cat in Coraline. And if anyone knows me, they know that I love Coraline because I love, like, weirdly, slightly unsettling movies. Like Coraline.
Coraline scares me.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Same thing with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Like, I love claymation or just anything that is a little unsettling that people find a little disturbing. I love movies like that.
That spooks me.
So I love Coraline. And in my cat, YB, short for Why Born.
It's a very
and
cute
I say,
cat.
Why were you born?
Oh.
To be my love. I love him with every inch of my being. That's a different story though. But that's his voice actor. He's a very nice, deep voice.
It's beautiful.
But so there's some queerness there. Like we said, Alistair is ace.
There's straight people too. Don't worry about it.
There are straight people.
So,
there are.
It's not just the gays.
Straight people exist
the
in the show.
There's straight people.
Sir Pentious
and Cherry Bomb.
And Cherry Bomb. That's a straight relationship right there. But it deals with a lot of just like deeper.
Yeah, like Angel Dust deals with like sexual exploitation,
sexual assault,
and sexual assault,
and just like how wrong things are in
the sex industry,
and especially in hell
and in hell. I mean, I guess it's really applicable
but it's
to
a
real
direct
life
comparison
too.
of
a lot of
life.
it is
just
and then like it's and then there's I think racism almost you could say because like
definitely racism or just
prejudices,
isms,
a lot of isms,
some isms. I think racism
and Adam's
is more,
like a frat boy.
We hate Adam.
I kind of like him, like in a way that I like to hate him. I know.
There's this great
he
character, by the way. I didn't like him at all.
I just thought he was silly. Like I don't know. I just thought it was fun to hate him.
It is. It's fun to hate him.
He has no redeeming qualities.
No, but there is one character whom I adore, and her name is Nifty.
Our queen.
And Alistair brought her there from,
killed Adam
in a fire. And she loves cleaning, and she loves putting on roach puppet shows, dead roach puppet shows, and things of the like. And she's just so adorable.
And she's like a little 1950s housewife.
Yeah. So if you want a good series that's very bingeable, I watched it in a day.
And silly, serious.
A little serious, a little NSFW.
A lotta.
Then watch Hazbin Hotel. You can get an Amazon Prime free trial. That's what I did. And that's how I watched Good Omens too. But that's I think we were going to talk about Hamilton a little, but I think we should skip that.
I feel like it's more real life.
That's more real life, yeah.
Because Hamilton was definitely
the thing
bisexual.
with Hamilton is the thing
Alexander Hamilton, the real life man.
You need to look up the letters between him and John Lawrence, and you will see what we are talking about.
We read it like at dinner once. Remember that, or was it Supers? We just read it.
Probably Supers.
It was so.
And we were reading it, and it was
like bro was in love with John Lawrence.
It's crazy.
But I feel like Lin-Manuel Miranda doesn't touch on that in the show.
Not really. I mean, there are some times when like they look at each other, but I feel like that's just them as actors probably connecting because they've known each other for so long.
And they're supposed to be like really good friends.
So we're gonna skip that because we're almost out of time here, and we're gonna talk about what I've just discovered.
Good Omens.
Good Omens, which left me sobbing.
You have to read the book.
There's a book.
It's based off a book. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Oh, does it have a better ending?
No, it's just the first season.
Oh.
Good Omens season 2 came out of the second books that they were writing, but then Terry Pratchett died.
That's unfortunate.
And so this is what Neil Gaiman's going to continue their story. And
so Good Omens is a queer fate, a queer yes, and a queer. It's not a queer bait. It's just deeply upsetting.
I thought it would be a queer. So I read the book first.
Yeah.
I thought it was queerbaiting. Although they made a bunch of references to someone calls Aziraphale the F-slur.
Really?
A little girl at the birthday party in the first season.
Wow.
And she's like, well, you're probably a blank. And then the book also refers to him as being gayer than a tree full of monkeys on oxide. It was like some sort of drug. The book, it's good. It's well written, but it's like, oh.
Is that politically correct?
We're calling him slurs now?
Anyway, if you don't know what it is, it's about an angel and a demon who are kind of both fed up with both heaven and the underworld, and they're just trying to live their lives on Earth.
They just want to listen to Queen and sip their tea and sit in a bookstore. And that's what I want in life.
Mm-hmm. But then at the end, when Crowley finally confesses to Aziraphale.
And this was recent for Peyton. Peyton is telling what happened to her in an hour.
And I'm traumatized.
Check our stories to see the pics I took.
Aziraphale was given like a promotion to be...
Because Gabriel went off with
Beelzebub
to Alpha Centauri.
In love. And Crowley's like, but we can go away too. We can go be us. And I started sobbing at that point.
Peyton was sobbing.
When he said, we can go be us, and I was like, please, just let them go be them.
Let them be us.
Let them be a couple. And then Crowley kisses Aziraphale, and he says, I forgive you.
Yeah,
which set me off.
He doesn't kiss him back, and it's just really, it's so hard to watch. And I've watched it a few times, because I binged it the minute it came out. I watched that 2 a.m. And it was awful. But I watched it with a few other people. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen it maybe 5-6 times now.
Wow.
And so I'm very emotionally desensitized to it.
Well.
And I've read enough fanfic that I'm removing myself from it. I'm season 3 will come out.
But he decides to take the job promotion and he leaves. And Crowley just kind of watches him from his car.
And then drives away.
And what they reveal at the end is, the next thing in the big plan is the second coming, which I assume is the second coming of Christ.
It's actually just the second coming of the deliveries or something. It's nothing big. Don't worry about it.
you know?
No, just me and Neil Gaiman.
Oh yeah.
Just besties for the rest. He's very active on Tumblr. I don't have a Tumblr account, but I just know. I don't. I swear to God. I don't know. I guess
I
I feel
definitely did at
too
some
old
point.
for it at this point. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
a
more
lot of
it's a kid thing.
but Neil Gaiman is very active on it apparently.
He's a little Tumblr boy.
I guess. Maybe Neil Gaiman will listen to this. We could like tag him on Spotify. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Neil Gaiman.
For making me cry.
We
You
are
hurt
sending
me.
you our therapy
You
bills,
hurt me.
even though Bowdoin College pays for it. We are sending you our therapy
Yeah.
bills.
Because what was that for?
Yeah, Peyton sobbed on the. Peyton sobbed
I just sobbed.
everywhere.
Whoa.
Everywhere, everything.
I wanna love you till we're food for the worms to
why did we go
eat.
every day?
It's I don't know. It's fine.
Neil, we are emotionally traumatized,
I've been so hurt.
and I am
Like-
paying my dad is paying his Amazon Prime bills. So we need you to make season 3.
Now.
We need you to make them Aziraphale apologize and do the apology
Greatly.
dance.
He
Do the
needs-
apology
yes, the
dance
apology
like 20
dance.
times.
Yeah.
And I want Crowley to go to therapy.
Yeah.
I want Crowley to go to an Alcoholics Anonymous
I
meeting.
need them to kiss again, but kiss back.
And I need them to kiss.
Yes.
And I need, what's the Metatron?
I need them to be
To die.
husbands.
What?
I need them to be ineffable husbands.
Yes, and I need the Metatron to be murdered brutally in front of me while I drink an
Yeah.
oatmeal latte with... Also, I drank an oatmeal latte with almond syrup. This is... I drank one this summer. It was horrible, and I don't like it. It was... And I'm not
This
just
is a
like,
coffee that-
salty. The coffee that the Metatron
Aziraphale
gave
did, yeah.
Aziraphale before he became mean to Crowley. And a lot of people have theorized that it was like poison to forced him to say that, but I think that's weak. I think that's weak because it makes it seem like, oh, no, I think Aziraphale just screwed up. And I'm
Which people do.
Yeah.
Angels do, even.
and so I drank it. It tasted so bad. It was the most disgusting thing I wasted like a good $6 on that because it was from like a nice coffee place. Ugh. Anyways,
Yeah. Well,
shout out to Muriel. I love them.
it's just so heartbreaking because Aziraphale first pleads, like, says he can turn Crowley back into an angel. And he can be his right-hand man. And Crowley's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to go back
course
to
not.
hell. I don't want to go back to heaven. Both of those sides are terrible, which is so true.
Obviously true. Like I don't know
But
where that
Aziraphale
came
is
from for
just
Aziraphale.
something he's still so attached to the idea of God's
I guess
plan.
it's that he's traumatized or like abused because it's like,
Maybe.
and he's like, oh, but maybe I can still.
I can change it.
I
I
can-
think what maybe might happen is he's gonna realize that he can't change it.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get to see God because we heard her in the first season.
Yeah, she's the narrator a lot.
Yeah. In the book, it was a guy. In the show, it was a her. We didn't hear her at all during season 2, which I was very surprised by.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, no,
we did.
No, we didn't.
Well, not present day, I guess. She did talk to Job,
Yeah. She'd like, yeah.
but never present day, I don't think.
But yeah, she didn't narrate anything.
It's interesting.
This, I wonder if we'll, or like see a physical manifest because it seems like she's very removed. Because we see Satan, we see Lucifer go for his son in the first season.
Yeah.
And I guess he's like too above what's happening in the second season. Not
Yeah.
to say anything, but like he didn't do anything. I mean, no, God hasn't.
And so you have to wonder, like,
Like in the Archangel Gabriel is like gone. He's missing, and God didn't
who's
do
making
anything.
up this plan? Is it really God or is it
The Metatron.
the Metatron?
Or the
whole lot
the
of stuff
ginger
there,
lady.
when all I want is for people to be in love.
I want a She-Ra ending to a Sherlock BBC show.
Yes.
It's not Sherlock BBC. It's Good Omens, but it's like I'm frustrated at this point.
With what happened at the end, yeah.
I'm at the part. You see, you're in grief right now. I'm at
grieving.
anger. I was in denial for a while. I don't know how the order goes, but I'm in anger. Like, can't they just can't Aziraphale do the little dance and they kiss and make up, and then all of season 3 is just them living in a cottage somewhere,
Give me happy.
and then they fix everything. The end. And I know it's like, oh, we need to actually go through hard stuff because we're adults and this is an adult show and we're like not 5.
No. Just give me love.
Give me love, give me love, give
Yeah.
me peace on earth.
I love it. But it was just so heartbreaking, and
deeply upsetting.
it is good that they are. I think it's the only live action show
That actually made them kiss.
that has actually not queerbaited.
Shout out.
Hopefully they don't actually queerbait if season 3 comes and they don't end up together.
Oh, there's no way that they do that. I think
I
Neil
think
Gaiman
someone
is
would
such
riot.
a shipper, I think.
I would riot.
I would, yeah.
There's no way. They can't do that. I'm yawning. Oh, okay, just yawning.
It's contagious.
It is.
DM us if you yawned at home.
Send us a photo of your
your
yawn.
yawn.
But the whole thing is that they always say God's plan is ineffable. And my whole thing that I kept crying about was that the ending was not ineffable. And I could say it in one word. Terrible. It hurt.
At Neil Gaiman.
At Neg.
Why?
So season 3, I hope comes through. I'm sure it
them
will.
Make up.
Make them
Make
make
them
up.
make up.
Make them make
Make
up
out.
and make out. Make up and make out already, please.
Just kiss already.
Just kiss already. But this episode has been all about queerbaiting and queer
relationships.
Fading.
Queer fading.
I tried to
Queer
come up with
fading, queer
something.
fading.
Queer bait and queer fate.
Queer bait and queer fate with Grace and Peyton.
With Grace
Wait,
and Peyton.
With Grace and
Peyton.
Woo! On Girl Talk.
Next
This
episode, we might be delving into
Minecraft.
a world of blocks.
Minecraft. This is WBOR Brunswick 91.1 FM, and you're no longer listening to Girl Talk.
You're not anymore. I'm sorry.
Well,
we have to go to bed.
Good night, good morning, goodbye, good evening, good afternoon. Bye bye.